Hello everyone, I'm MG. So today I want to talk about the original Beauty and the Beast story. It was written by Gabriel Suzanne Villeneuve. Seriously, it's like 200 pages long. First, the Beast's backstory. The Beast's father died and his mom had to defend the kingdom, so she left him to a governess. When he grew up, the little princess' only crime was refusing to marry his governess. She was an ugly, quite powerful and evil fairy. The Mother of Time, they called her. This fairy turned the prince into a beast. Thank heavens, a good fairy promised him that he would turn back into a human if he could find someone to love him in that hideous form. Now, about Belle. There was a merchant who was very rich. He had 6 daughters and 6 sons. Obviously, they were very spoiled. The sons were too young to think about their future. And it was the time in which girls could only get through life by marriage, and even though they got lots of offers, they rejected them because they could do better. They wanted someone handsome, rich, and noble. Later though, there was a terrible fire in their house. All the ships of the merchant were lost. Every friend and lover abandoned the merchant's family, and they fell to misery. So they moved to the countryside and had to work hard instead of having servants. They were used to being rich. Now, about Belle, they don't actually say her name clearly. They only say her nickname is Beauty. So I'm still gonna call her Belle. She was very strong and kind. She tried all the time to be cheerful, so her poor family didn't suffer as much. Obviously, that made her sisters even more jealous of her and angry. 2 years passed by. The merchant received notice one of his ships was recovered, but the factors would take advantage of his absence and steal everything, so he had to hurry. Quickly, the Bath sisters asked for dresses, jewels, etc., like if that ship would restore everything as it was before. Belle's only request was her dad's safe return. The sisters were pissed because Belle was making look as selfish and vain as they were. And when the father insisted, Belle then asked only for a rose, because she was smarter and was not expecting much from that ship. So there the merchant went, and he didn't achieve anything. He was really devastated. In his way back, he got lost, and he found the beast's castle. There he was fed mysteriously and allowed to rest. He actually spends the night there. The merchant was really grateful and polite. But then he thought the castle was possessed by some kind of good spirit, so he could take whatever he wanted. He thought the good spirit wanted he and his family to live at the castle. So he took lots of treasures and lots of roses. He was very glad, thinking about his family's happiness. But then the merchant found a hairy beast next to him, yelling at him. The beast said that he had kindly allowed him to stay at the palace, and in pay, there he found the merchant stealing. That was punishable with death. The merchant told him all the story I have just told you, even the fact that he lost everything and his daughters' and sons' requests. So the beast allowed him to live, but in exchange for one of his daughters. Yes, one of the merchant's daughters had to love her father enough to come willingly to stay by the beast's side in place of his father. If none of the daughters had any will to do so, the beast would not have any of them and would hold the merchant forever. The merchant was meant to go get one of the daughters, and if no one came in a month, the beast would destroy the merchant and all of his race. The beast also made very clear to the merchant that the daughter who did come had to know everything, no lies. All daughters would have to know what was going to be offered. Whoever agreed was going to live with a horrible beast, so they could make a choice knowing all consequences. The merchant made a promise to the beast, and he goes back. At first, he didn't want to say anything. He felt so bad, and in the story they show his internal battle, as a normal parent would. But eventually he did tell his family everything. The daughters complained, and the brothers made plans to kill the beast. The merchant stops the brothers, his sons, telling them he had given his word. Belle, who was the one asking for the rose, offered herself. Her father and brothers loved her dearly, so didn't want to hear anything about it. But Belle was firm. So there the merchant and Belle go back to the castle. When she met the beast, she was scared at his sight. But like a respectful person she hid it. The father left with great presents, gift from the beast to take to his family. Then the beast also takes absence. Belle goes to cry in her room, and she falls asleep. In her dreams, she sees a prince and later a lady. They both tell her that she will be rewarded, and that she shouldn't trust her eyes too much. When she wakes up, Belle thinks the prince is a prisoner of the beast. She explores the castle and sees the prince's portrait, and recognizes the handsome prince from her dreams. She explores lots of magical rooms. So then at dinner, the beast arrives and talks with her. He's very kind and never yells. Belle likes him, kind of. He asks her if she could find joy living there, and she answers him she is happy. Then he asks her to marry him if she loves him, and she says no. That happens every day for a number of days. She dreams, spends all day doing whatever she wants and loves. She explores lots of magical rooms, and at dinner she talks with the beast. And every night before leaving, the beast asks her to marry him, and she rejects him. By now, Belle knows the beast is quite gentle, and she is very happy. She finds that the only unappealing thing about the beast are his looks, but she knows he can't help it. But time passes and she starts missing her family and tells the beast that. Belle asks the beast for 2 months to see them, and he lets her, but asks her to return as soon as those 2 months end or he will die. So there she is with her family, and she's happy to see them, but finds out she actually misses the castle. But then Belle felt sorry for her father and brothers, who finally made her late by a day in her 2 months promise. And to make story shorter, because it's quite long, she dreams about the beast and she rushes to the castle and spends the day there. When at dinner the beast doesn't show up, she looks for him desperately. Finally, in the garden, she finds the beast dying and realizes she loves him deeply. She didn't realize until she was gonna lose him. She told the beast that, and he was so glad about her love for him. Nothing is as beautiful as being truly loved by the one you love most. So next night, next dinner, when he asks her to marry him, she accepts. And then he turns into a prince, the same one that appeared in Belle's dreams every night. Then the lady, also from Belle's dreams, enters the room with another one. It seems the lady was the good fairy, and the other one was the beast's mom, the queen. The latter was glad at first of the spell being broken, but then disappointed when she knew Belle was not royal blood. And then, plot twist, the good fairy explains her own sister disguised as a shepherdess one day fell in love with a king. That fairy and the king married and had a child together, and that child is Belle. Later though, Belle's mother is imprisoned for breaking fairy's rules by the evil fairy, the mother of time, who was also the one who made the little prince into a beast. He also tried to kill Belle. The good fairy replaced Belle for one of the merchant's dying daughters to protect her. And Belle's father, the king, thought his daughter was dead by the hand of wild animals. So now everything is solved, everything free, bad fairy punished, blah blah blah. Beauty and Beast love each other dearly, so they can be very happy forever. There's even more story to this fairy stuff, but this video cannot be that long and it's not that necessary. I think every story's version has beauty in it, and it's fascinating to know the original story. What do you think about the original version? Do you like it better or worse? Hope you enjoyed this video. This is a channel which will be about making comics and your own stories. And I think reading and knowing lots of stories makes you do a much better job. So that's why I'll make more speed paints like this in the future. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Good luck!